This shouldn't say that we
I'll
live.
say where the intro at?
Right.
Damn, we ain't get no intro.
Yo, we've been on that long, bro.
This shit, it took our intro video out.
It took our intro video out.
Yeah, hold on. Oh well.
Damn.
Hey, we still gonna give it to him.
Hey, wow, that was good, man. I really like that, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. But, man, welcome back to the Best Damn W Show. Episode goddamn 60 in the building, goddamn it. 60 of them things. Woo, it's been a long time coming, man. Only been a year, but it's crazy that we got 60 episodes in. I love y'all. We've grown so much. All my beautiful people. But, man, I'm your host, Jay. I'm your host, Jay. What is this? Turn me the fuck up, bulls! Turn me the fuck up! Turn me up!
Yo, that's crazy.
This is what the fuck I do.
Yo, I was not expecting that shit. I was not expecting that. That shit's crazy.
Dog. I was not expecting that shit.
I was. He said it on the playback. Where I heard him say it somewhere. That
I had to make an adjustment. So, if you will listen to the beginner, it's like tuning in the radio.
I ain't peeped that.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. When Jay said that shit last week, that shit had me crying, bro.
They had me. Hey, man. They had me fucked up, man. They be talking crazy about the Bulls, rightfully so. But I had to listen to them guys talking crazy about the Bulls and them talking about the Hawks on shit. I had to get on them real quick. I was turned up for that game. I was real turned up. But that's how we was going. I like that. Wow, you got me good, man. I got my sister Lo in the building.
Kobe.
Side part baddie.
Kobe.
Period. You know what the fuck going on.
Kobe.
I got my brother Nick Andre in the building. No do-rag. Is that a do-rag? You got a scully on.
That's a do-rag. Damn,
red with the red do-rag.
I don't get a new soundbite. It's all good.
Yeah. Nick said he want a new soundbite.
I actually don't mind mine. I like mine.
Hold up, dog. It's no pleasing Nick, man. I get him a soundbite. He's the only person that got 2 soundbites.
What's my second one?
Darkness, everybody. Everyone.
I ain't never heard you play that one.
I played that one in the last episode.
Oh, it's been 3 weeks, so I ain't gonna lie.
And we getting the kinks out. We getting the kinks out, man. Has it been 3 weeks now?
It's been 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks?
We took 2 weeks off. So our last episode was 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks.
True.
I feel like it's been 3 weeks. But man, hey, but for our episode, it's funny that it's been our episode 60. We got a guest on with us this evening. Someone that is dear to us, for sure. In multiple ways, dear friend of ours. Owner, host of the 9450. What else? He got other stuff. It's like round bound, what's it called? Full court.
Jump ball and study hall.
Yo, Jake was way off, dog.
Oh man, Kevin K. Don Lewis, goddammit. Y'all know what it is.
Bitch, that BK.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got sound bites too.
Hey, I got his own drop.
Bitch, that BK dog.
Hey, that's not bad, Wiley.
Yo,
that's not bad.
Wally producer of the year, bro. Fuck all that, man.
Oh my god. How you doing, KDOT?
What up? What it is? What's popping, man? Like finally, after all of the conversations behind the scenes, after all of what we've been through the past year and a half, 2 years, we finally are forming like Voltron in this bitch. What's good?
Man, what's good with you, man? I am happy to have you on, man. I'm very happy because it all started when me having surgery. I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be there, and not saying they can't handle. I'm like, but it'll be a perfect time to have KDOT on. That'd be the perfect time. College basketball, all this shit. But I am here to it. I'm glad to be able to make this episode. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Your response, I was like, oh, he is really happy.
Yeah, he said it's
screenshot. That's good. That's good to know, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really do rock with you. Like, they want to be on here. They want to talk to us. So I'm glad, man. I'm glad to talk.
Just for the record, not everybody can be on here too. I just wanted to let that off too. Only the best. Only the best can be on here. Not everybody can be on here.
Shots fired.
That is true, though. That is true. We just can't have. We are gonna start having. We was just talking about this before we get started. We are gonna start having more guests, but it's like sometimes we just be rocking and we just be going. Like we be forgetting to set it up. Sometimes I ain't gonna hold you, but we're gonna get better with that and get more people on. But like Nick said, it's an exclusive spot. You know, when we have somebody on, it's a reason why we having them on. You know, so I'm glad. How's everybody weekend? Lo, we know you're still recovering. Lo had a great time with a best friend.
Splendid.
Hey, you know someone have a good time talking about some damn splendid. You know it was a great time. And it was Halloween weekend too. You know, it was a blast. Nick, how about you, man? How was your weekend?
It was good, man. I feel rested, refreshed to be back on. We've had a couple weeks off. College season just started. I was at the Florida State game last night, so that was really dope to see everybody that I haven't seen in a while. So I'm glad, man. It's a good time to be on Talk of Hoops with y'all.
It is. Oh, I did forget my bad, Wally. The best producer in the land on the ones and twos, Wally. I'm so sorry, Wally. I got straight to KDOT. I skipped you, man. That's my bad. Don't cuss us out, okay? Don't do that. Please don't do that.
I'm not going to charge to your heart, dog.
All right, appreciate you, man. How was your weekend? I'm just gonna ask you right now.
I mean, we had a great weekend. We was on playback and shit. We
was
ball World Series. What?
Yes.
Hey, we had a ball. But overall, my weekends all the same. I don't do much. Watch sports, go to sleep, watch more sports, play Call of Duty. I'm simple.
Drink.
Hey,
drink. Yes, drink.
Hold up.
Definitely did. KDOT, man, how was your weekend, man?
Yeah, the weekend was great. You know, it was Halloween weekend, of course. You know, I had the kids doing the trick-or-treating joint. My son, man, he's getting at the age where he's, you know, with his friends. They cooling out, going from neighborhood to neighborhood. So I was kind of like I guess, chaperone. And to hear these kids nowadays talk about different stuff, it's different, man.
It is different.
It's different, man. So, but overall, it was good. A restful weekend, man. Can't complain. You know, watch some hoops, watch some football, watch some baseball. That game 7 was crazy,
amazing.
So, you know, it was a blessed weekend, brother.
It was. I am glad to be back talking basketball with y'all. I had a good Halloween weekend. Of course, you know, I wasn't doing much but being on playback and just watching sports. And I am actually glad to be back here. I'm actually glad women's basketball is back. Came back yesterday. We had we was on playback for almost both games, but it was a great day for basketball. Hold on, I'm trying to see what
Felicia funny as hell.
My weekend was good too. Hey, Felicia, my bad, chat. How was y'all weekend? My bad. They just putting it. My bad. But it was a great Monday of basketball, man. We was on playback for the Duke Baylor game, for most of the Vanderbilt Cal game. But I'm just gonna jump straight into yesterday. I'm gonna start with Duke losing to Baylor. KDOT, since you the guest on the show, man, I'm gonna start with you. Was you surprised how Duke looked yesterday? It looked like last season, but were you surprised?
And I'm gonna say this with all the respect.
Come on,
I'm gonna get on my Stephen A right quick. I'm gonna say all this respectfully. So looking at it from Duke's perspective, like an offensive perspective, we're still missing something. And granted, they still had 2 players out, right? They had 2 players out. Still, we don't know, what productivity that they will bring when they come back. But from an offensive standpoint, it did not look like a Duke team that was improved of last year's team. They looked remotely the same. And I think that from just that standpoint alone, they definitely have a lot to work on. But I don't want to shit on Duke too much because I do want to give credit to Baylor. Listen, Baylor has improved their athleticism from a length standpoint. They didn't have the length last year. They had the athleticism, but they didn't have the length last year. Now they have that length that can complement their athleticism, and the X factor in Talia Scott, the transfer from Arkansas to Auburn to Baylor, has been tremendous. She's healthy. She looked great. 24 points on the evening yesterday, and she is their ultimate closer. When we look at Little Paige Bugs, she's always going to be who she is. From a versatility standpoint, from a defensive standpoint. But what stuck out to me about Baylor is again that length up front. They were able to sustain Duke. They were able to sustain Toby Fournier in the second half, even though Toby Fournier kind of went off in the first half. And they stymied the offense of Duke that was actually doing pretty decent. But again, when you look at Duke's inconsistency on the offensive end, like you have to give that credit to Baylor in what they were able to do defensively in that second half. I think both teams were kind of trying to fill each other out. It looked very stagnant in the first half. But once the offense started clicking for Baylor, that's when I said, okay, Baylor looks like the team I thought they would look like coming into the season. And I didn't take this as an upset. I thought that Baylor could come in and win this game.
That's what I said.
For me, it wasn't a case because Duke is Duke. Duke is going to do Duke things. So I felt like coming into that game, I was like, well, yeah, Baylor isn't ranked, or I don't even think Baylor was ranked.
16.
Are they ranked? They're 16th. They're 16th.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like the 7-16 matchup. I think Baylor could easily win this game. Now, granted, again, I thought that Baylor came out a little slow. I think they were just trying to feel each other out. But at the end of it, once again, Baylor looked extremely good. And I know it's just one game, but Baylor can make a lot of noise in the Big 12 this year. And they can kind of be let's see. I think they can kind of go under the radar a little bit because a lot of people are talking about Iowa State, a lot, and those teams of that nature. So like I really think that they can kind of fly under the radar this year. A lot of people are gonna just talk about other teams other than Baylor and what Nikki Collin has done in her tenure there has been, incredible. But overall, the game, especially in the second half, the game was extremely entertaining. But I think Duke is just, I literally think Duke is the same Duke from last year. They didn't show me anything from an improvement standpoint. And before I let y'all go, the Toby Fournier minutes still, like, what are we doing?
Not making sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
like,
making
I
sense.
feel like,
really
the minutes, like when she's on, she's on. So like, keep her in.
Yeah, she's in shit.
Like it's obvious that she's the player.
Correct.
Like it's obvious. But
they keep trying to push this Ashlyn Jackson thing. That's not happening. It's just not.
And Ashland is such an incredible player, but it all starts with Toby Fournier.
Correct.
And she's more versatile than she's being used for as well. So they have to Coach Carol Lawson has to make that adjustment right now. Like not now, but right now.
Low, real quick, it was 58-52 Baylor for those who don't know. But Low, what was your takeaways and what can Coach Carol Lawson do to improve this offense? Because they only scored 19 in the second half, and a lot of them points in the fourth quarter was like garbage points towards the end.
Yeah, I think
they even be at 9 points in the fourth.
I was gonna say they had 9 points in the fourth quarter. I think when the rankings first came out, I thought Duke was ranked too high. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I thought they were ranked too high. I know that they did a lot better than people predicted them to do last year, but it's the same story we've been saying the last 3 to 4 years about Duke. It hasn't changed. I do believe, and I said on playback, I do believe next year we might see a little bit more offense because they're getting a stronger recruiting class coming in and some kids that can actually score. But this year it's going to be the same old Duke where they are good defensively and they'll win games because they're good defensively. But when you can't put points on the board, like I get it, defense wins championships, but you got to be able to score the rock too. Like you just have to be able to. And frankly, Baylor didn't shoot that well either. They both shot the ball poorly. But from a Duke standpoint, they shot from 29% from the field and 21% from deep. That's just not cutting it. Like it's just not. I don't care how elite your defense is if you can't score the ball. Then they also got out rebounded and they lost the points in the paint battle as well.
Oh no, they won that battle.
And so, like, I mean, it's hard to win games where you're not scoring, where you're losing the rebounding battle, and you're getting, beat in regards in the paint. So, I like Talia Scott. I like what she did for Baylor. I think people aren't giving Baylor enough credit for their defensive stances that they made and just kind of holding them to 19 points in the second half, like you said, Jay, and 9 points in the fourth quarter. And I agree with KDOT. I mean, Toby has to get more minutes. Like she had 15 shot attempts. I need her to have 20. Like I need her to be in the game more because you see when she plays, she's basically a double-double. Would you say she averaged last year, Jay? It was like 13 and 8 or something like that?
13 and 5. And she didn't start one game in 20 minutes.
Right, 13 and 5. And so yesterday she had 16, 10, and 4 blocks. She got to play more. She just has to play more. And I just want to say, this is no knock to Ashland. Listen, I just don't see what everybody sees. I'm not saying she's a bad player, but I don't know if that's your first option on the team this year. I would, when we need a bucket, I would definitely go into Toby. But that's just me. I think Duke literally looks the same as last year. And again, it's just the first game, but like even the sets they run, like what are we, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like what, I just don't, it doesn't make sense to me. And I get it. Like this is no knock on Kara because she has proven to be a good coach, right? She's proven to be a good coach. Duke is in the conversation again. Before she got there, Duke wasn't in the conversation like one we're having now. So she's proven to be a decent coach. She's proven to have the women on all, one accord. And getting some recruits this year. We know that they play hard-nosed defense and they'll play hard for 40 minutes. But, I mean, baby, you don't got nobody that can draw up a play on the sideline. Like, if you know that you're a defensive-minded coach, you have to have people surrounding you that can draw up some plays, period.
And it looked so bad. It looked so bad from the first half to the second half. Like, it was just – like we said, we want to give Baylor all the credit in the world. But they didn't shoot well at all. They shot 31%. And then 20% from the three. Like it was just bad shooting across the board, but they just made a lot more plays than they did. They look like they can get some sets moving and they can do some stuff. Like Duke just looked real lost.
Well, when you got somebody like T. Scott that can score 12 of her 24 points in the fourth quarter, you need somebody that's a closer. She's a closer. Duke don't got a closer.
Yeah.
And before Nick go,
before I let Nick go, we even saw Kara. She took out Toby late in the game. I was even asking on playback. I'm like, damn, am I missing something? Like, why she not why she getting off for defense? Like I don't understand. Like if they get the rebound, she's not on the court no more.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to add. And respectfully, I just wanted to bring context to the minutes thing, right? Yeah, she played 34 minutes yesterday, right? 34 of the 40 minutes. But when you're looking at it in context, and this is for all the stat watchers and the box score watchers out there, you can say, oh, well, she played 34 minutes. Why are you complaining about minutes? No, it's not about minutes. It's about when she's not in the game. Like that's the
Mhm.
most important thing. And that's where the eye test trumps the box score and the stats, you know. So I wanted to also add that context, but Jay, you had already, you know, jumped to that. So thank you for talking about that, because that's the biggest thing. Like,
Yeah.
what is going on with her not being in the game, you know, at the in the
Pivotal point.
crucial points of the games? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that we don't know that maybe Coach Lawson knows and what Toby Fournier knows? I mean, we don't know, but that's odd. That's completely odd. So,
And I feel like she's not like a traffic cone on defense to the point like you can't have her on there for defense.
right.
Like I was so confused by that. But go ahead, Nick.
Honestly, I really don't even have to talk. I mean, Lowe and KDOT pretty much, hit everything on the head, honestly. I mean, I agree with everything that both of them said. I mean, it was definitely a tough loss by Duke, and I agree with KDOT. Like, I know it's only one game, and we still have a lot of season left, but we're just not seeing an improved Duke team, at least on the offensive end. And this has been something that they struggle with throughout over the past couple years. And I know that they've had tremendous wings, whether it's Ashton Jackson, who's still on the team. They had Reagan Richardson over the past couple years, but this team hasn't really shown much improvement. So I agree with you. I think Toby Fournier is the next person that you build around. Like, we've seen how talented she was even dating back last year. And even in this game against Baylor, like, she had a strong first half, rebounding the ball at a high level, scoring inside. Her defense was really spectacular. So when you have a player who's making that impact, and on top of that, Duke had control of the game throughout the first half because of Toby Fournier's impact.
Right.
So when you look at it from that
Right.
perspective, and then you limiting her minutes and not really playing her like at the right times, it just didn't make sense to me. So there's some questions going on with her over there at Duke, but I do give credit to Baylor as well. And I agree with Kate. I think Baylor definitely has a chance at potentially winning the Big 12. And I think part of the reason why they weren't able to do it last year is because they weren't really healthy. Like, Dariana Little Page Bugs is like, she's really like a hybrid forward post player, whatever you want to call it. Like, she could be a double machine at times. And we've seen how impactful she has been. I mean, even last year, even like before she had gotten hurt, like right before the tournament, she was dominating on both ends of the floor. So if she could stay healthy throughout the season, that'd be good for Baylor. Talia Scott as well. Like, I'm glad that Talia Scott is getting a lot of this love because she deserved it. Lowe alluded to it. 12 points in the fourth quarter, has 17 in the second half overall. Like, Talia Scott was one of those ones that I felt like was under the radar over the past couple years, and obviously because she hasn't been healthy, but like, she's a part of that same class as Juju, Hannah Hidalgo, everybody else that's a part of that class. And I feel like she really went under the radar because of how good Juju was her freshman year, how good Hannah Hidalgo was her freshman year. A lot of people forgot, like, when she was at Arkansas, at one point she led the SEC in scoring. That's how good she is, especially as a smaller guard. But obviously I think she ended up going down like probably like late January, early February that year. So that definitely, hurt Arkansas like throughout the rest of that season. She ended up transferring to Auburn. That didn't end up working out well, but I'm glad that she's at this good spot here at Baylor because I feel like Nikki Collin really understands her value and how much she can impact this team, especially as a small guard who can score and who can really lead the charge. She's super fearless as a small guard. She's not afraid to take matters into her own hands, and I think Coach Collin really understands that. And I think that's why we're seeing her now as a starting point guard, but then also being able to put the ball in her hands, to be able to close out games. So I really like Baylor. I really like Baylor this year. This is another team that could have made a deep tournament run last year if you asked me, but just ended up coming short. But if they can keep it all together and if they can stay healthy, they can really make some noises. You're not only in the Big 12, but in the whole country.
The Big 12 might be fun. Look, honestly, it might be a lot of fun with the different teams.
We've been shitting on the Big 12 too, bro.
We hey man, listen, we was definitely I do shit on the Big 12 a lot in basketball and football. Like, I shit on that conference a lot, but it'd be some good games. I ain't gonna lie, it do be some good games. But another game, another game people had circled on the calendar yesterday. It was Cal Bears versus Vanderbilt Commodores. Vanderbilt won 74-65. A lot of people was talking about, of course, Michaela Blake's. She had a slow start. Everybody talked about that. She shot like 9 for 27. But if you watch the game, she did have a slow start, but she turned that shit up in the second half. But Nick, since we went long on the last one, man, I'll let you go first on this one, man. Go give us your thoughts on this game between Cal and Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give credit to Vanderbilt for a strong second half because I think Cal did a really good job at really controlling the first half. I think that they were really well in transition, which they've always been over the past couple years. But give credit to Vanderbilt for the adjustments. My thing is, because I see people talking about, Michaela Blake, she shot 9 for 27 last night, which is obviously poor efficiency. I get that. But to me, it's just one game. Like,
let
I'm
the shooter shoot
sure
the ball.
exactly. Like, like this is going to happen for some of the best scorers in basketball. Like, I guarantee Michaela Blake is not going to shoot 9 for 27 every game throughout the rest of the season. Obviously it does suck, with that being the first game, and, you do want to have a strong start. And I mean, give credit to them as well. I mean, they were still able to get the win. My thing is now with Vanderbilt is like, who is going to be that next second option right behind Michaela Blake? Because obviously now with Camille Pierre now going to NC State, and she had a really good game today against Tennessee.
Good game.
I think that's really going to be the biggest question. But I do think that they do have some really good pieces, like even the point guard there. I think her name is Aubrey Galvin. I think that's her name. She's a really great passer, really great playmaker. So Vanderbilt's going to be another one of those teams that's going to be in the hunt. As far as probably at least one of like the top 10 teams in not the ACC, the SEC. But good win for them in this game, and I just want to see where they can go from there.
What you got, Lo?
I agree with Nick. I think everyone saw Michaela have not a so great shooting night. I think this year is going to be harder for her actually because she doesn't have that second scorer that she can rely on like Pierre was last year. And the difference is this year she is everyone's number one option on the scouting report. Not saying she wasn't last year, but when you're a freshman, it's a little bit different. Like when you first come in, they don't know what to expect from you, right? And so when she started going off, of course, she was the number one scouting option. But now when you lose a scorer like Pierre, who is a 3-level scorer, it's going to be a lot more on her shoulders to carry this year. So I'm interested to see how the team around her steps up. And as for Cal, I mean, they didn't shoot the ball particularly well. That's a team that likes to get up a lot of threes. Yeah. In fact, they shot 28 of them yesterday and only shot 25% from long distance. I mean, you just got to shoot the ball better. They didn't shoot the ball well, period, because I think they shot like 46% from the free throw line. It was something terrible. Yeah, so it's like they flat out just did not shoot the ball well. But I mean, sloppy play too as well. Like I think they had 17 total turnovers. They didn't protect the ball. So it was a winnable game, low key. Like if Cal just cleaned up a little bit more, it was a winnable game.
Cal had 9 points in the third quarter.
Right, I saw that too. Like, yeah, so Vanderbilt's defense stepped up. Yep. So I mean, I think that Cal has a lot of things to work on as well, but good win for Vanderbilt. And I'm excited to see what Michaela Blake looks like going forward. And yeah, people listen, she's gonna have to shoot the ball about 25 times a game.
Yeah.
Some nights she's going to be inefficient. Yes. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like that is just what it is. In order for them to be in the game, she has to put up at least 20 shots.
She got to shoot the rock.
So right. What you got, KDOT?
Yeah. So what was interesting about the Vanderbilt Commodores is that the freshman Aubrey Galvin, she had the second most field goal attempts with 14. Right behind her was Sasha Washington with 12 field goal attempts. And granted, they didn't shoot the ball well at all from the field, 38.7%, 27.3% from three. So it was a bad shooting night. I do want to also credit the Cal Bears for defensively from a first half standpoint, attributing to that. Miracle Shepherd, she was a hound on Michaela Blake's, made it a little bit more difficult for her. I also got to give credit to Sakima Walker, the transfer from South Carolina, 14 points, 11 rebounds. And I think that, again, when you're looking at the inefficiencies from a scoring standpoint for Vanderbilt, for them to still win the game by 9, obviously the third quarter was definitely the one that contributed and attributed to the win, because they outscored Cal by, if I'm not mistaken, like 15 points. I think it was a 24-19 quarter for Vandy. What happened with Cal is that, like, they literally just got cold. Like, I mean, extremely cold in the third quarter. And it's one of those situations where you have in Coach Sharman Smith, who has been incredible for Cal, minus the loss on yesterday. She's 44-24 from a record standpoint. Prior to that, I believe she was like 10 or 12 games under 500.
Oh my God!
Before she was able to turn that program around. So I'm going to give credit to Sharman Smith a lot. But again, like Lo said and like Nick said, they really like to get the ball moving, get the ball humming, like to shoot a lot of threes. Tweedale, she took I remember her shooting.
Yo, she shot 1 from 11. I'm sorry. 1 from 11 from 3.
Right. I was getting ready to say, I know in the third quarter she shot like 8 threes and missed all of them. She didn't hit her first 3 until the fourth quarter. So I know that was like what damn. Shoot, I guess.
Yes.
But that did not help the Cal Bears at all. So I think that from just an overall perspective from that game, it was a very very entertaining game in the first half. Cal was humming, they were sinking. They did a really, really good job just being a pest to Vandy, and Vandy couldn't score. But in the second half, Vandy just said, you know what, we're gonna do the doggone thing, and we're gonna lock in. And I have to give credit to Aubrey Galvan. I love her as a point guard. Like, she and Michaela Blakes are going to be something serious. Like, imagine. So, all right,
she had 9 rebounds and 7 assists too.
Nick, I need you to be my co-chair on this.
What we got?
Low, I need you to record some stats for me on this one. All right, so boom. Aubrey, think about it this way. Aubrey, Sasha, and Michaela Blakes. Let's run a simple horn set for this tandem. Seriously, if you're running a horn set for this tandem, who is guarding who? When they get that opportunity to click, when they get that opportunity for Galvan, because you can't, like, I know Galvan was 3 for 14, but when she gets her shot, like, she has an incredible jump shot, she has an incredible IQ, she has an incredible feel for the game. And I think that, to me, Sasha Washington was just a little bit too aggressive. And I think a lot of her over aggressiveness was the reason why she missed a lot of her shots. Honestly, if you're looking at it from that perspective. But if you run a simple horn set with those 3 players, pick your poison. Seriously. And I think that Galvan is that secondary scorer that you guys are looking for. And I think that Sasha Washington is the cleanup after the fact. When you have a Michaela Blakes that can score at will, when you have a Galvan that can make plays at will, and then when you have a Sasha Washington that can clean up the glass the way that she did, especially on the offensive end, like, that's going to be something scary for this Vanderbilt team. And I think if they can get that consistency going, I think they're going to be a real big problem in the SEC for sure. They're going to surprise. To me, they're going to surprise a lot of people in the SEC. So, like, what do you guys think? Looking at it from that perspective.
I mean, I agree.
That's it. That's all.
I mean, he talked about it though. Like, I think Vandy, and I mean, you can also make a case too. Though, I mean, even though like they are going to miss Camille Pierre, like
Right.
you can honestly make a point that they could potentially be better offensively this year than what they were last year. When you talk about all the weapons that they do have, and you talk about Aubrey Galvin, like when she does find her shot, I think that's really going to take Vanderbilt to the next level. I mean, obviously she can shoot the ball, but she also can finish too. She's really great at attacking driving lanes, and I noticed that in the Memphis game whenever they played them in the exhibition matchup. So, like, obviously, Michaela Blaze is going to get most of the shots. She's going to be the focal point offensively. But when she does get pressured and when she does get double teamed, who is that next person that's going to step up? So, I think Vanderbilt is going to be sneaky good this year, especially in SEC play. And honestly, they could catch a lot of teams by surprise. I mean, you look at them last year, like they beat Tennessee. I think they were toe to toe with a lot of other teams too. So. And you talk about Michaela Blaze taking that extra step now as a sophomore compared to her freshman year. So Vanderbilt's going to be really scary this year.
Yeah. They are. Like Lo
even
said,
when she was missing out. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just saying, like, as you were saying, she's got to adjust to them. Like, you are for sure the bona fide number one option we're trying to stop every time we play y'all. So it just got to be an adjustment period for her, but she's going to get it right.
I mean, even when she was missing, it was still good looks.
Good looks.
Really
like,
good looks.
Yeah.
Really still good looks. She was just missing. And, shooters are going to shoot like every night is not going to be your night, and that's fine. But it wasn't like she was taking like ill-advised shots, like terrible shots. You know what I'm saying? So definitely something to build on for sure.
But she also stays aggressive too. I love that about her. Like she doesn't ever get caught up, with the last play. Like she's always looking to like hunt for the next shot. So I love that.
And a lot of young players don't do that either. They miss their first four and then they hesitant to shoot. Like she letting that thing fly. She don't care.
She was not stopping. She's gonna keep going. That's what I love about her too.
Let me ask y'all this though, real quick though. Like, could there be a chance that she leads the nation in scoring? I think there can be.
I wouldn't be shocked.
For sure.
I can see it. I can easily see 27.5 points per game.
I was just about to say that's a good number. Easy.
Yeah,
for sure. Because think about it, like Lo said, she was missing open looks. She ended up with what 27 on 9 for 27. If she make 5 more baskets, I mean, it look cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Like she was just missing open shots in the first half. That's all she was doing.
They were literally back rim shots. Like it wasn't like bad off the glass type shot. They were off the back rim, rattling in and out.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm okay. I'm okay with because like a lot of people gave her a hard time, but I'm okay with the shots that she missed yesterday.
Me too. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it too.
But like we know people are just looking at the box score and they didn't really watch that game, especially with it being in the middle of the day. They didn't really see the shot she had. Before we do move on, I do want to shout out the point guard from Cal, the freshman Morris. They call her Puff or something like that. Hey, she had some moves.
Oh yeah,
I was not familiar. I wasn't familiar with her game, but I'm gonna watch her when I see Cal. I'm gonna watch for her for sure because she got game though. We're gonna move on to the one game, even though they didn't play nobody real, but this was the game people wanted to see.
Come on, put some respect on Grand
They
Canyon.
ain't play nobody real. It's crazy, bro.
That's crazy, Jack.
Crazy. Straight distance.
Hey, look, listen. Hey, at least it wasn't LSU playing, the YMCA and shit like that. At least it wasn't.
Hey, Felicia said they were playing the Nuns of Houston Christian.
But that was the school though, Houston Christian. That's funny as heck.
The Nuns is crazy.
Y'all crazy, man.
But South Carolina, they dominated. What was the score? I forgot. I should have pulled it up.
94 to 54.
They won by 40. Yeah, they won by 40.
Yeah, they beat Grand Canyon. Honestly, I'm gonna go back tomorrow and watch this full game. But I know Nick, I just want to see some stuff, but I'm sorry, Felicia in the chat. But Nick, what did you know? No, I'll go with you, Lo. I'm gonna start with you, Lo. Start with you this time. What was your takeaway from the game? We know it's gonna be a blowout, but what was your takeaways from it?
I actually like what I saw from South Carolina. I really did. I think it kind of started with Raven Johnson being aggressive. 11 points in the first half. She ended the game with 11 points too, but she does a lot of different things for them. 8 boards, 7 assists. Yeah. You can see the connection between her and Tanaya. You can tell that they have played together clearly before. But like I tweeted yesterday, I don't care if the shots are going in or out for Raven. I'm just happy that she's shooting them. You know what I'm saying? Like she was aggressively looking for a shot. And that's what you need. And people always have a lot to say about Raven, but one thing, when you're talking about her, make sure you put winner in front of her name, because she's won at every level. And she will win at the WNBA level or whatever professional level that she's able to play at, because she's just a winning player. It's just a player that you want on your team. Even if she's not scoring, she can do other things. And so I'm glad that the first game, you know, it's a lot of chatter around, is Raven going to shoot the ball or not? I'm glad that she came out and aggressively looked for a shot. But I've been saying it for the last 3 years now. Tournament Tessa, bro. That's who I will be
knew. That's what I was waiting on. I knew.
I meant to ask you about her earlier, man. I meant to talk to you about her earlier.
Waiting for this time.
That's who I've been telling y'all about. Like people be hitting me up. Oh, like you be hyping Tessa, bro. I saw it when she was a freshman. They don't win that national championship without Tessa stepping up. Like you can, like when you are a freshman and you're stepping up like that with the stakes that high, you're different. Like your mental is just different. And so 19 points, 5 boards, 3 assists from Tessa. And she just makes it look easy. Coming down, shooting transition threes. She can take you off the dribble. She's hitting you with the mid-range now too, like 3-level score. And then, I mean, you know, I'm gonna let Nick talk about his girl a lot, because a lot of y'all had her fucked up. Excuse my French.
Fucked up and still do.
Just wait. Hey, just wait till you pass me the rock.
Right. So a lot of y'all really had it twisted. Like, I don't know if it's just because y'all hate Dawn that much. I don't know if it's just because y'all hate South Carolina that much. But let's not be fooled on what we saw last year from Tanaya. And now she's in an even better situation with more talent surrounding her. And no disrespect to the Florida State coach, but we know Dom really does her coaching big one. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she's going to a better school, better coach, better players surrounding her, and y'all doubting her. It's very confusing for me. But Tanaya, 20 points, 4 assists. I'm excited to see them play. Like, the bigs did their big one as well. Like, I really think I'm going to enjoy this South Carolina team. Of course, it wasn't that competitive of a game because of the opponent that they played. But offensively, I think they look great. Defensively, a little bit of things to clean up. But again, it's early in the season. And, you know, by the time it's tournament time, Dawn going to have them playing like they need to be playing. But it's another year where Dawn has a deep team. Another year where she has depth.
Before you dunk, Nick, I do want to point out, I know it was Grand Canyon, but the balanced scoring, like Tanaya 20, Raven 11, Tessa 19, Madina 12, Joyce 13. Like, come on. That's balance.
And I think the difference this year, not to cut you off, but I think the difference this year is last year they didn't have a closer. Like they didn't have somebody when you need to go get a bucket who can go get you that bucket to go win the game, right? It was kind of a win by committee because they were so talented. But this year, they have a closer. They have somebody that with the game is on the line, she can go out and get you a bucket.
And we've seen her do it. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, do your thing.
Man. I've been waiting on this one. But one thing I'll say, first thing that I'll say is that South Carolina has no holes, man. Like everything that they struggled with last year, whether it was size, whether it was consistent scoring from a player, they went and got that in the portal last year. So they prepared immediately following that loss against UConn for what's about to take place this season. And I think that we really saw that in last night's game against Grand Canyon. I give a lot of credit to all the players. I know that, you know, Lo was talking about, you know, it really started with Raven. To me, it really started with Tanaya and her energy. Like, I think that she really did a good job, you know, as far as, you know, really bringing that energy, pushing the ball in transition, you know, finding opportunities inside to attack. And I think that, you know, that led to a lot of opportunities for others as well. Like she was finding Raven Johnson in the corner. You know, she was able to find Tessa Johnson as well. So Tanaya did a really good job, in my opinion, as far as setting the tone and just really getting the flow of the offense going. Raven as well. I mean, I'll definitely get into Raven 3 for 5, you know, from 3. Got to give her credit, man. I mean, I think the one thing about Raven to me has just been her confidence. And you could tell even last year when she shot a lot of shots, she wasn't confident in shooting the rock. Like there was a lot of times where she did have open looks and she's second guessing herself saying, hey, should I make this extra pass or should I shoot the rock? Like if you get an open opportunity, you have to shoot the rock, especially when you're playing next to like elite scorers like Tanaya and Tessa Johnson. So you have 2 elite wing scorers which means that Raven's going to get a lot of open opportunities because they're both really good at obviously shooting the ball. They're both really good at, at attacking downhill. So even with Tanaya alone, like Tanaya draws so much attention from the defense, especially when she's getting into the middle. So therefore, there's always going to be somebody open in the quarter, whether it's on the wing or wherever. So Raven's going to have to be ready to shoot throughout this season, honestly. Obviously, the team is going to need it. And on top of that, I think it'll increase her value a lot too. Teams are not going to be able to sag off of her as much if she is shooting the ball efficiently. So I will give her a lot of credit for, shooting the ball well last night. Even like the size as well as like Medina Oka, like being able to establish your presence inside, being able to really rebound at a high level, protect the paint at a high level. I give her a lot of credit as well. I really love Joyce Edwards being at the 4 now for the team. I know that it sucks that Chloe Kitts is going to be out for the year, but I think Joyce Edwards brought a lot of energy last night, especially on the defensive end, being able to, get offensive rebounds, just being able to do a multitude of things to really help her team win. But then also off the bench as well, like, they have great talent there. Like you talk about Ayla McDowell. Like shout out to my guy JT. He was telling me about Ayla McDowell a little while ago, like probably like 5-6 months ago. I think she's going to be really good for them this year. I think she's another elite wing scorer that they'll really be able to use in the second unit. Makira as well. I thought that she was really good, as one of the forwards on the team. So South Carolina is pretty much deep from top to bottom, honestly. That's why it's very funny when I'm seeing these takes and they're saying, oh, like the farthest they'll probably make is like Sweet 16. And I'm like, bro, like this is a team that was
so
in the
disrespectful.
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw that earlier today, and I'm like,
man, who the hell said that?
That's so disrespectful, dog.
Please bookmark it and send it to me.
I'm gonna have to find it again. I saw it earlier today. I'm definitely gonna have to find it again.
Dog.
But I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this is the same South Carolina team that was in the national championship last year and had all these flaws within this team and still managed to get to the championship game. All these flaws. They've gotten better with size presence. They got the nation's leading scorer last year, which I'll get into in a second. Like to say that this team is not going to be good. Now, look, I mean, if that's not your team, that's not your team. That it is what it is. And if you don't pick them to win, that's fine. But to say that this team is not going to be in the mix as one of the top contenders, at least Final Four or national championship, is just flat out outrageous to me.
Outrageous and lying disrespectful.
Now let's get into Tanaya, because I ain't gonna lie, like this shit been kind of pissing me off. Not even kind of. Obviously, you see all SEC second team preseason. Are you kidding me, bro? Now I get it. It is her first year in the SEC, but how can a player who led the entire country in scoring be on a second team? I just personally don't understand, especially when you look at how much she was able to elevate her game. And on top of that, put Florida State in a position to make the tournament and be in the conversation as one of the top teams in the ACC. I just don't necessarily get it too. And, people don't want to talk about it, but we have to discuss it here. Like, I think the reason why people are undervaluing Tanaya or really like, got her name fucked up is because it's not because of where she came from. Because I know a lot of people are saying, oh, she was at Florida State. She was at Florida State. I'm not blaming it on Florida State. The reason why people are not giving Tanaya the credit is because of the school that she chose to go to. Just call it what it is. Like, if she went anywhere else, nobody would be feeling this way about her. But because she chose Dawn Staley in the South Carolina Gamecocks, people are trying to undervalue her and not really understand how impactful of a player that she is. But look, Tanaya is going to be a player like Tanaya doesn't do a lot of talking. She's just going to let her game speak for herself. She's been doing that throughout her whole college career. And we're going to see no different from that this year. Obviously, I think that her scoring is going to drop a little bit from last year. I think she finished averaging like 25 last year. She'll probably average for like maybe like 20, 21. But honestly, she doesn't have to be that like elite scorer like that. I'm not saying that she can't be that, but when you're playing next to an elite wing like Tessa Johnson, when you're playing next to Raven Johnson, when you're playing next to Medina Orca, when you're playing next to these other exceptional players, like that's the thing about South Carolina that I realized last night too, is like they have star power, but they'll still beat you by committee. Like that's how good they really are. And I think that's when they're at their best, when they're getting everybody involved. Like Jay talked about it earlier, like the balance scoring. Like Tanaya had 20, Tessa had 19. I think Raven finished for like 11, 12 points or something like that. When you have that balance scoring.
Yeah, McDowell had 9.
Yeah, McDowell had 9 as well. Like when you have that balance scoring, there's no way that you could beat South Carolina. So that's just my 2 cents. I give credit to South Carolina for a big win. And just looking at them last night, it's really showing me that they're going to be in store for really another big year.
KDOT?
To put the bow on top of what Lo and Nick had just the most precise, most eloquent analysis, and I appreciate them too for it. Listen and listen good.
That's a good.
The length on the perimeter is going to be so dangerous for opponents this year because
Yeah.
that's what they lacked last year. Length on the perimeter. When you have a McDowell and she has national team experience
Yeah.
at 17, 18 years old. When you have Makir, who was the best player in the country coming out of high school. Like when you have Tessa, who did Tessa get taller? God damn. Like she's like like listen, there was a possession last night that I saw where they ran a veer and I believe they did a misdirection to Medina off of a off of a inverted pin down from Tessa. They get some sort of switch where she's now like guarding someone that's like a couple inches shorter than her. She literally gets the ball and do like this crazy turnaround jumper. And I'm like, oh shit. She's added the turnaround jumper. Like if she gets on the block of the pinch post and hit you with a turnaround jumper like that, it's curtains.
It's
Yeah.
curtains because you're not gonna be able to block that or nothing.
You're not going to be able to block that. Like it's curtains. And I was already impressed with Tessa. I love Tessa Johnson. But for her, and mind you, she played the most minutes, 33 minutes, right? Everybody else kind of averaged about 26, 27 minutes, but Tessa played the most minutes. So that lets you know who's pretty much not the focal point per se, but who's going to be the anchor from a perimeter standpoint.
Yeah.
Because now Tanaya can just chill. She can just like she literally can chill. She can score. She can do what she does the most, and that score the ball. Like she's going to have the players in positions to give her the rock the way where she needs to gets to her spots. She's going to be she's going to be wide open because like there's going to be cases where if Raven is going to be this aggressive, now you have to guard Raven.
Right.
A lot of times,
Mhm.
Last year you didn't have to guard Raven, but now if she's going to be this aggressive, you're going to have to guard Raven. And I think from a confidence standpoint, that's big. But also, I'm not going to sleep on Makir because she was handling
Oh,
the rock. Listen,
He was.
oh my God, bro.
like she's kind of like Raven 2.0 if we kind of keeping it a beam because from a playmaking standpoint, and she's like unafraid. She's
Right.
unafraid to make the mistake. She's
Mhm.
unafraid to be aggressive, and she had that she had that umph, for somebody as a secondary ball handler. Minus my homie Maddie Mouse. I know Maddie didn't play a lot, but she's also going to be a pivotal factor this year as well. But
KDOT, you know where Maddie from?
oh, you already
There
know.
she
You
go.
already know.
God.
You already
she
know.
go.
You already know.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm very very high on Maddie McDaniel because she would before the injury, like she was a bona fide dog. And
Yeah.
now I think this year she's going to be much better. She was playing coming off of that injury last year, and I think her confidence wasn't there, but she's definitely going to be confident this year. They're definitely going to need her,
Yeah.
and she's going to be extremely aggressive. But I truly believe that this freshman class and McDowell and McKeel, like they're going to be something serious. Joyce Edwards is going to be Joyce Edwards. She's so multifaceted in so many different areas. Like it's just going to be hard to defend this team, and it's going to be more difficult trying to score on this team. The only thing that they need to, and this is where Don wasn't pleased. They gotta get out of their own way when it comes to some of the laziness. Because
Yeah.
I know they'll go up 40 and they're like, all right, we up 40, we good. Nah, I think Coach Don Staley wants them to say, listen, when we up 40, we still down 20.
You
Like
gotta have that
she
mindset.
wants to keep that mindset going. Because there was some turnovers, some unforced turnovers, just being a little bit too happy in passing the ball, which their ball movement has improved so much.
Yeah.
From last year. So that's going to definitely be something to look at. But listen, South Carolina looks extremely good, and they went to the national championship game last year. So it's definitely going to be a fun this season. I think for everyone, this season for South Carolina is going to be more fun to watch. They're going to look like not last year, but they're going to look like the year before, where they just like literally breaking necks and cashing checks on anybody that's in front of them. So the only thing that I feel like that they need to improve on is just that mentality of like keeping your foot on people's necks. Like don't let up at all, because there's going to be one team that you're going to let up on and they're going to surprise you. And obviously, the South Carolina fans, they don't want to see that. So they're going to be really, really, really good this year.
Real quick, this is how you know how deep South Carolina is. We've been talking about them for like 15 minutes, and we're just talking about Joyce Edwards.
Right.
That's how
crazy
deep they are. Because
Yeah.
Joyce is really good.
She's really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
extremely good.
Makir. I was not hip on Makir, bro. I should have did my
No,
film
listen.
study.
Listen.
Dog.
Let me tell you something. Makir, Makir is I love doing my comparisons, low. Makir is kind of like that mix between Delisha Milton Jones and Mawadi Mabika. Like if she needs to score, she gonna put 20 on your ass. But if you need her to defend and rebound, she's gonna do that as well.
I think I think she can be a better scorer than Delisha though.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I agree.
That's why I mentioned the Mawadi Mabika comparison, because Mawadi could put the ball in the
Yeah,
hoop.
Mawadi was elite. He was elite.
You know what? I'll do you one better. Let's take away Delisha Milton and let's give her Mawadi Mabika and Camille Little. Like, I think that's probably a better comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
So I can
KDOT taking out of school, chat.
Facts, yo.
So with the length, I feel like with the scoring ability and with the defensive ability that she can possess, like she's going to be really good, and she's going to be one of those players where she's not going to have a lot of those like plus minus those negative nights.
Yeah.
Anytime she steps on the floor is going to be a positive. That's how I feel Agot Makir is going to be for this South Carolina team.
I wasn't hip until like a little bit before the McDonald's All American. And then I start watching tape. I'm like, oh, she's really. I tweeted about it like last year. I was like, oh, Don got another one. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, Don got another one, bro.
Yeah.
Like she is really the goods, like for real.
Yeah.
And I think
she dead ass is.
you hit the nail on the head, K-Dot, when you said the skill set is there, but most importantly, like she's not afraid. Like she's aggressive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not afraid to make mistakes. And I feel like as young players, a lot of times they're second guessing themselves and they're afraid to make mistakes because they think they're gonna get pulled out. You know what I'm saying? And so I like her aggressiveness.
She puts her shoulder through your chest.
Yep.
Like
She
she
does.
like that.
She
Like,
No, she is.
Now she's solid.
Wally.
So wait until tournament time. She gonna look a lot better.
Facts. Wally, did you have something?
Yeah, I did. Real quick, just to piggyback off of KDOT, when talking about Don Staley and even comparison wise, Don Staley to me is like Nick Saban. So every game you watch, if you watch them both, they're coaching to the clock says 000.
Absolutely.
And they want perfection from start to finish. And
You saw her body language.
Yeah, and of course they know, yes, these their players are going to make mistakes, and that's all fine and dandy. But you can't keep making the same mistakes in these games and not expect for Don Staley or Nick Saban, for that matter, to get in your ass and tell you to tighten up. And that's what we saw last night. She wants, yes, we're up by 30, 40 points, but also we need to take this game seriously and make sure that we're running these plays correctly. Make sure that we're setting the picks like we're supposed to. Things, taking care of the easy stuff, the simple stuff.
Building good habits.
Yeah, because those things come back to bite you in the ass. So I just wanted to get that off about Don.
Wally, you still got the clip of Don talking about the defense?
Sure do.
Let's pull that up.
I think in the beginning our ball screen defense was a little cleaner than it was when we played UNC, and then they made adjustments, and then we couldn't quite keep the same discipline, and then when we're switching when we're not supposed to switch, and we're point switching, and I don't even know where they got that from. Like, I really don't know where they got let's switch. Like, it's not been a part of who we've been. Again, though, other people come in with habits, and if that's what they do, they don't even do that in practice. Like it was new to see that, and it was not just one. It was like our starting guards did it. They all did it at certain times. They would leave their player and go rebound, and was like really, really undisciplined basketball that we have to clean up. Luckily we could put points on the scoreboard. I do like the fact that we could put points on the scoreboard, but we can't rely on scoring 90 points every game.
Hey,
That's
definitely
a coach, bro. That's a coach.
That is. But you know what's so crazy about that, though?
This is game one.
It is.
This is game one, and she's like, "Yo, we need to tighten this shit up."
She can't believe it, dog.
Right, but what's so crazy? Like, I saw that clip probably like 30 minutes after I like rewatched the game, and then like after I saw it, I was like, "Damn!" Like, I was actually a fan of the switching. I thought they did really good switching. Being able to apply pressure on defense. There was a couple times where Joyce Edwards switched onto a smaller guard, but then I got cooked. But overall, I was like, "Dang, I'm a fan of the switching that took place last night." But then after I really comprehended, that's what I'm saying. Like, after I comprehended what she was saying, I was like, all right, now I get it. She wants to see more discipline on the defensive end, not switching as much per se, really being disciplined as far as, defending your assignment. So I get it.
And to your point, Nick, is also going back to trusting that length on the perimeter.
Yeah.
And I understand it, right? I understand where Coach Don Staley is coming from, where you're saying, no, we don't want to put tape on. We don't want to give opponents an advantage because they say, "Oh, look, they're switching this." No, we have a formula. We have a standard when it comes to staying in front of your player. And what she was looking for more communication on the back end, as opposed to just relying on switching just because you have that newfound length. And I totally get what she's saying. She wants to see her guards fight through those screens. She wants to see her guards kind of she also wants to see her bigs kind of hard hedge and retreat, as opposed to doing the standard switching. So I definitely get where she's coming from when it comes to the discipline or what she said, being undisciplined, for that matter.
Listen,
right. And
Don, real quick,
Don
know the talent she got on this team. It's about building the habits right now. So when March comes around, they're not talking about the same things that they're talking about in November.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. And even just going back to KDOT's point real quick, as far as like the guards fighting through the screens, like you have two guards that are capable of doing that. Like you don't have like two tiny guards like that aren't able to really fight through screens. Like you got muscular players like Tanaya is a muscular player at her size. Like she can fight through screens. Raven could do the same thing. So it's not like they can't necessarily do it. But I mean, teams do this nowadays anyways. Like they rely so much on switching, and it tends to get lazy in a way. It's like, okay, cool. Like it's cool to see bigs be able to guard smaller guards to be able to hold their own, but it also shows kind of laziness and from the guards' perspective as well.
They're not fighting through the screen and not trying to work on their defense.
Not really taking on the challenge of guarding their assignment.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Wilder, do you got a top 25?
You knew it.
Do you have the top 25?
You know it. Hold on.
Let's pull that up.
Wiley, stay ready.
Oh, Chad, we are not gonna have the best damn fit check tonight, but we're gonna talk about this top 25, and I'm gonna get some of their thoughts and some of their favorites or who they want to see. KDOT. This top 25. I know we talked about Duke. We keep throwing Duke out there. I don't know. Is anybody else on there you feel like that was too high, too low in the top 25?
Honestly, I'm looking at UCLA, and I know that UCLA they've gained players, but they've also lost players.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not sure what UCLA team we're going to get. To me, Michigan as well, and I know Michigan is very talented.
Yeah.
I just thought that from that perspective, just those two teams, they could have been a little lower in my book. I also believe that just looking at the top 25 as well, I don't think Maryland isn't getting enough love.
I agree.
They had a good.
They honestly should be higher in my opinion.
They really should be. I think that Maryland should be in the Duke. I think that Maryland should be where Duke is, and Duke should be where Maryland is. And by the way, whoever's AP top 25, holla at me. I truly believe that Maryland has something, and they're going to be a freaking beast in the Big Ten this year. Because when we look at UCLA, when we look at USC, we know USC, they're going to have a great season, but it's not going to be the season that everybody would like, with the loss of Juju Watkins for the year. But I really think that Maryland can. I really believe that Maryland can do a lot of damage.
Can they win the Big Ten, KDOT?
I think that they could potentially win the Big Ten. They have a shot.
They have a shot.
They truly do have a shot. I think if I were to look at anybody on this big, I'm looking at some Big Ten teams, UCLA. I'm looking at Michigan. I'm looking at USC. On this list from a Big Ten standpoint, I truly believe that Maryland can compete with UCLA if they have UCLA this high. So that's going to be an important factor, because they did they got a lot better on the perimeter. To me, Oluchi Akinawa, 17 minutes and 18 points on 67% shooting, and was 100% from three against Loyola Maryland.
Thank you, Duke.
Yeah, I don't think we've talked about enough how big of a pickup that is for Maryland.
That's a huge pickup. That's a huge
and a rival school too.
Yeah, that's a big pickup. It's a huge pickup.
Also, let's not forget Yarden Garzon.
Yes.
I know she only had 3 points yesterday, but listen, like they have some pretty solid pieces, and Brenda Freeze has done an incredible job.
Listen, Brenda and that Bob was in the portal. Okay?
Yes.
Brandon was working, man.
Brenda and that Bobbiana was in that damn portal, child.
Yeah,
They was.
like,
She was.
like I mean, she was doing her big one. Like I really, really, really think that Maryland, you know, they're gonna be once again. You know, I said that Baylor could fly under the radar in the Big 12. Maryland can also fly under the radar in the Big 10, and they'll be able to make some noise. But they go, to me, they're gonna go as far as um is Okinawa and Garzon can take them, because those two are the key pieces. Um and I think that, you know, just looking at the top five, I think the top five is okay. You know, minus UCLA, in my opinion. I know that they have the Betts sisters. I know that Lauren Betts is, you know, going to be, you know, the front runner for National Player of the Year, you know, but they lost a lot. And chemistry to me is going to be the biggest thing. Is Corey Close just going to say, listen, we got Sienna as a freshman. We have Lauren, like, give Lauren the ball, get out the way, or are we going to see, you know, an improved Kiki Rice, you know, who's now going to play her natural position as opposed to playing like that combo guards position that she's been playing the past 2 years. You know, so it's so many questions to me that I have for this team coming up, and I'm trying to see,
Yo,
you know,
Felicia Wild in the
Felicia,
comments, right?
put the drink down, dog.
I'm missing it. Hold on. I changed it. Let me go back.
You gotta put the drink down, man.
Yo,
Let me
So,
look.
shout out to Lise, man. Shout out to
Shout out
Lise.
to Felicia.
yo, she is insane. Low. Is there a team that you're looking forward to seeing for the first time this year on this list?
You know I'm biased. I'm looking forward to see USC because I'm trying to see
You
what
gonna say,
Jazzy.
Hey,
They playing
they
now,
got a
right?
big
Yeah.
game on Sunday against NC State. I didn't realize it was that
Oh,
soon.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's at the crib. That's in Charlotte. That's in
What time
Charlotte.
is that?
Like
That's
I think
a
it's like
3
at 2 or
o'clock
3
game.
o'clock, something like that.
Might
Yeah.
not have that
Unfortunately,
playback.
I'm not going to be able to make that game. Chandler has some football obligations, but I know it's going to be lit though.
Man,
Like,
that's
I
gonna be
know Spectrum Center is going to be crazy.
yes.
I'm
Yeah.
already seeing a lot of left coast you know, people, you know, coming in. It's Tuesday. Like they're literally making it like an entire vacation. I don't
Yeah.
know why you want to come to Charlotte on vacation, but anyway. But yeah, it's gonna be a really, really good game, like, for real.
Yeah,
Go
I'm just
ahead,
interested.
look.
I'm interested to see. Y'all know I'm very high on Jazzy. I'm interested to see just the role that Ken Dog plays. I think I said it on playback where last year she was tasked with being, you know, the primary defender on the guards, and this year with Juju out, they're gonna need her to score the basketball. Also the girl from Georgia Tech, what's her name?
Tony Morgan.
No,
I think she transferred. My bad. My bad.
not her. What is her name? I can't. Kara Dunn.
Kara Dunn. Okay, yeah.
So I want to see what she's looking like there too. This is no disrespect, Meg. I'm sorry. I'm not sold on Texas. Every year y'all do the same shit, bro. Every year. Texas is in the top 5, and then when it comes tournament time, Madison Booker goes MIA. And I love Madison Booker's game. Everybody knows it. Me and her mama be tweeting. Like, I love her game. Don't get me wrong, but I gotta see more this year.
She
During
do
crunch
got
time.
to know step.
I got to see more this year during crunch time. During games, that's not really important. You scoring 25 points and shooting efficiently, that's cool. I love it. But when it's time, when it's money time, I need to see that. I need to see you stepping up in those moments. I'm also interested to see how Rory's looking another year after, you know, injury. I think she will trust the knee a little bit more than she did last year. So they have pieces on that team. I just know when it's tournament time and stuff like that, they kind of be folding. I'm not gonna hold you. LSU, I mean, we know why they up there. It's no secret. And that is what it is. I think people were on the timeline saying Fo Wiley scored 21 points off the bench. I mean, That's lovely. She's gonna probably average about 20 points off the bench based on who they're playing.
Houston Christian, who they play,
which is fine. I want to see, and I do think I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that LSU has a stacked team. Like they have a solid squad. They have a solid squad. And so I won't really judge them like that until tournament time, because these regular season games, they mean absolutely, and this is respectful as I can say, but they mean nothing to me because you're not playing anyone of like, I don't want to say talent because all of the kids are good, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an elite team that's going to probably make it far in the tournament. So I want to see them actually play teams that are going to make it far in the tournament before I actually judge their body of work. Oklahoma, I think, is too high.
Yes.
Where are they again?
I think they're
at 6. I agree.
Yeah, I'm not too high on them.
I agree with that too.
And I'm not sleep. Here's a mid-major that I've always been high on. Don't sleep on Belmont. Belmont has always provided a really great program.
They played good against them yesterday too.
They played extremely well against them. They won the third quarter 20-12. And they have a balanced team and they can defend. That's the biggest thing about Belmont. And I'm hoping that Belmont gets to a point this season where they run the table in their conference and they get a decent seeding. I really think they looked extremely well yesterday against Oklahoma. Aaliyah Chavez, she did her thing. Reagan Beers did her thing. They closed it out in the fourth quarter. I just think that Belmont just ran out of gas, but Belmont to me looks really, really, really good. So
they produce good programs on both sides, the men and women's side.
Absolutely,
they have good programs for sure.
KDOT, who you got for prediction for National Freshman of the Year?
Whoo!
I'm putting you on the spot.
Definitely.
That's tough. That's tough.
That is tough. This class is really good too.
It's a really, really good class.
Give me your top 3 then.
Okay, so my top 3, obviously you got to put Aaliyah Chavez in there. My thing is with I love Jazzy because Jazzy to me is going to be so underrated.
Yeah.
But I don't think Gottlieb is going to play her like I would want to play her.
How you want to play her?
I would. So from what I understand right now, she's playing the 4 right now. Like literally
playing the 4?
What?
Literally right now.
The game is on right now too. Hold the fuck on.
What? Like, I want to say she's starting kind of like at the 4. Like you got Kara Dunn, you got Malia Samuels, you got Kennedy Smith, you got Jazzy Davidson, and then you got Vivian Uchuku.
Yeah,
Malia Samuels is starting.
Yeah, Malia Samuels is starting
over London.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah, because London is off the bench. London is the first player off the bench.
I don't know, man.
So that's my fright.
Hold on, Kennedy's not starting.
Yeah, she is.
Kennedy's starting. She's at the 3. She started at the 3. Yeah. So I think
Jazzy at the 4. Okay.
I believe from what I'm looking at, I believe Kara and Malia is playing the 1 and the 2.
That's what I'm looking at too. They're playing the 1 and the 2 for sure.
I thought it was going to be London and Kara, to be honest.
You know, so and I think I get what Gottlieb is doing. I think she just wants more versatility on the floor, as opposed because London, yeah, she's definitely going to.
Chris says she's been playing the 3.
So, I think that from the overall perspective of it,
and then moved her to the 4. She went scoreless in the first quarter. Okay.
Okay, she was at the 3, and then they because I was looking at her, I was like, is she playing the 4? Like,
Yeah, we know Kenny got to start.
but from a national freshman of the year standpoint, like Aaliyah Chavez, like she has the good. Um, I don't know what they're going to look like in the win-loss column, um, a lot because they are playing in the SEC. Um, so you know, I it's probably going to be Aaliyah Chavez. But I'm not sleeping.
Felicia said, "I don't like her."
I feel like she has more of a. I get what you're saying though. She has more of like a green light too.
Yeah,
Yes, that's gonna
Yeah,
help
she
her
does.
win
She
that
does at
award.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
yeah, like but again, like Jazzy showed me something um her junior year of high school where I was like, oh snap! Like whenever she chooses her school, I hope she chooses the right school. And when she chose USC before the injury to Juju, I
Mm.
was like, oh, it's going to be curtains.
Yep.
But now I just don't know. I just don't know how Gottlieb is going to play her. Um,
She
so
is the wild card to Mount Gottlieb.
yeah, I truly believe that. I wish I could pick a South Carolina player, but it's not. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to play. They're going to be good, and they're just going to be good by committee.
Yeah.
And it's going to be times where McDowell is going to look good. There's going to be times where McKeer is going to look good, but there's just way too much cohesion, and like they literally playing 10, 11 bodies
Yeah.
that all 10, 11 bodies can go off on any given night. So that's going to kind of to me, that's just going to limit what they'll be able to do on a national freshman of the year scale. But it really just depends on who's going to have the better green light. And Aaliyah Chavez to me is going to have the better green light. I mean, looking at last night's game against Belmont, like she did have she had a really, really good green light. Let me look at
She was
the
letting that thing fly, boy.
yeah, like yeah, she was yeah, she was 5 for 18. Yeah,
She
she was 5
was.
for 18 for 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Like she three steals and 1 block. So like she was definitely aggressive. She went 5 for 6 from the free throw line. She was horrible from 3, 1 for 8. But like she had the green light, right? Like she just had that green light. And again, I also like Sienna Betts. We might see something from Sienna Betts and we might not, but I think Aaliyah Chavez I think it's just the green light factor. And if Aaliyah Chavez is going to have that, then she's not the consensus, but I'll lean towards her before I'll lean towards anybody else.
I can agree with that.
I like that. I like that. Just real quick, I wanted to ask KDOT about these two particular teams. I can ask y'all too, but definitely KDOT. First, I wanted to start with Ole Miss being at 12. I think that's very interesting because I think Ole Miss really improved over the
Mm-hmm.
A
offseason,
lot,
especially
lot.
landing the portal. And I think one of their biggest issues was consistency on offense. Coach Yo goes out and gets Cody McMahon from Ohio State. She goes gets Caitlin Peterson from UCF, even Dedham DeShields from I can't remember Mississippi State, I believe it is. So how you feel about that team, especially with them being in the mix in the SEC with the likes of South Carolina, LSU, or whoever?
They're also going to be a team to me that'll fly under the radar in the SEC. They're going to get some extremely quality wins. I think they're a lot more balanced on the offensive end, especially with the acquisition of Cody McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really love the aggressiveness on the offensive end. They have better shooting on the offensive end as well. And Coach Yo is very, very unique in how she balances her team out. Like she's not like Caldwell at Tennessee, but against Norfolk, she played all of her players. Desiree Cowles was she only played 3 minutes, but everybody else played 10 plus minutes, literally. Everyone else played 10 plus minutes. And I think that what she sees in this team this year is that she's definitely going to have to win it by committee. I think she's kind of taken the Dawn Staley blueprint, right? Because she's been on record saying how much she admires how Dawn Staley runs her program
Yeah.
and how she's been able to sustain success in the formula and the system that she's implemented at South Carolina. So I think that because she's such a great portal, her and Brenda Freeze, like if there were awards for portal finds,
Yeah.
Coach Yo and Brenda Freeze, they definitely get those awards, hands down. So I truly believe that Ole Miss is one of those teams that I can see them getting. This might be a hot take, it might not be, but I can truly see before they get into SEC play, they could probably get as high as top 10. They could probably get as high as 8, maybe 7.
like
In the rankings before they head into SEC play come the end of I would say mid to the end of December, early January, because now we got a bigger field from a SEC conference standpoint. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I loved what I saw yesterday against Norfolk State. I know Norfolk State has a brand new program in front of them, but they looked extremely good, extremely poised, extremely polished. But I think they'll do some damage.
Yeah, 7 or 8 is definitely possible for them. Like I was looking at the rankings now, and I was thinking, like, okay, they're at 12 now. Like
Right.
I do think that they can get better, but I just don't know how far they'll get. Like in the in the AP poll. Like I was thinking possibly top 10, maybe like 9 or 10. But I think 7 could definitely be possible.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And another team I wanted to ask you about as well, since we're talking about mid majors and stuff. Like, how do you feel about Richmond at 20? I think it's 24 that they're at.
Yeah, they
Like,
tied them.
bro, they showed me something last
Richmond.
year when
Richmond
they
is
when they
dope.
beat Georgia Tech. I was like, dog.
Richmond is dope. Listen, let me tell you something about Richmond. Richmond, and I can never get their coach, but their coach's philosophy, it kind of reminds you of Carl Schmesko at Florida Gulf Coast. Like the way that they run their offense, and they defensively, they're quick, they're extremely intelligent on the defensive end. Um they rely a lot on switch and recover. They also shoot the ball very well. Like they play the dribble drive to where like you have to pick your poison. If they're going on the dribble drive, like are you going to defend the 3 or are you just going to let them lay the ball up and just let them get 2 points? Like I'll say this. Teams are afraid to defend the 2-point shot more than to defend the 3-point shot more than they are to defend the 2-point shot because they shoot it at such a high clip. They can average at least close to 45 to 47% from 3 this year and could probably lead the country in 3-point percentage this year. That's how good they are.
Yeah.
Especially the way that they run their offense. Again, it's a dribble drive type offense. They don't set a lot of they what they do is they set a lot of like high, it's not screen and roll, it's more like screen and pop with the backside cutting to where like now the defense is confused and like, oh my god, like do we literally defend the back door or like do we stay on these 3-point shooters? It's like you do not want to see a Richmond Spider wide open for 3 because it's a 87% chance that thing going in.
Yeah.
That's how scary That is, and if they're able to run I think they'll be able to run the table. And they're going to be a problem for somebody come tournament time when March gets here. Like
Right.
I love Richmond.
I mean, we saw last year, like they lit it up against Georgia Tech in that first round matchup, like beat them by damn near 40, if not 40. And then even in the second round matchup, when they played UCLA, I thought that they were really great, especially defensively, in that first half against UCLA. I think that they were really good as far as pressuring Lauren Betts, really finding ways to get the ball out of her hands. Obviously, I think maybe with Kiki Rice go up, coming up strong in the second half, they ended up running away with the win. But Richmond showed me something last year. I wasn't really familiar with them last year before the tournament, but now I'm definitely gonna be paying attention.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're more mature this year as well. Like oh man, Richmond is going to be. I'm watching Richmond every time they play.
That's I like when them little. I like when them. I don't want to say little, but I like when them mid majors got good programs and be giving the big house. I don't want to disrespect. I don't want to disrespect.
Jay said that they not in the top 15. They little.
I don't want to disrespect. But I like when them schools be hooping like that against the big schools like that, because like they show they're not scared and it gives for good basketball. I like when they because it shows a lot about your recruiting and your coaching when you can have a team like Richmond and Belmont always having good programs. You know what you're looking for. Like you know what is going to come there. You're not going to waste your time on some players that's not going to come there. So I really do enjoy watching shit like that. I do. Good teams. Good teams. Real good teams.
I was like, I gotta ask about it.
KDOT, hey, look, y'all. KDOT's so good. He didn't even know the schools Nick was going to even bring up.
Right.
I want y'all to know that this was not planned.
It wasn't.
This was not planned at all. And
that's why I was asking KDOT, because I know KDOT be tapped in. So
yeah, like just asking about Richmond. Look how he went. He was just flowing. Like that wasn't planned, nothing like that, though. But that was love. Anything else, man? We had 1.5 now, man. Anything else y'all got? We could talk all night, honestly, especially with KDOT.
Really could.
KDOT, before we sign off, man, can you let everybody where they can find you, socials, all that, man?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can find me, at k.lu3h on just about all platforms. Twitter, Instagram. You can find us at the 9450 at Twitter. I'll say at Twitter. But at the 9450 on Twitter, Instagram at the 9450 _ YouTube at the 9450. Listen, I man, this is just what I want to say, because again, this is more than just business between us 5 total. This is a true genuine family, a true genuine friendship. The way that we support each other and the way that we show up for each other is unmatched. There is no other platform that does the incredible shit that we do. And I have to salute you guys so much, because you guys show so much love to us. And it's the same thing on the other side. And I respect the grind that you guys are doing, because it's difficult out here. Like, we all decided to do something for ourselves because the national media wasn't doing enough for us.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is we're always going to stay black first. And that's the biggest thing that I always advocate for. Like, for us to be black first, and then everything else can run the marathon the way that it does. But we support each other, and we give so much homage, to each other. And I want to, say thank you guys for building this platform. I tune in every Tuesday. I fall asleep, bro, listening to you guys, because it's a good thing, like, because I'm literally listening to what you guys are doing, and is not falling asleep from a boring standpoint. It's falling asleep because I know, look at what time it is. It's because I enjoy great conversation. I enjoy great analysis, and I'm always going to be tapped in and locked in to you guys on a Tuesday night. I don't care how tired I am. I want to turn that bad boy on. Y'all gonna probably see me. I'll say yo every once in a while, but every few, I'm just listening. And I always respect what you guys got going on, and I'm gonna always be appreciative of what you guys do. So continue to do what you're doing. There's so much more ahead of you guys. And I can't say enough good things about you guys, man. And Lo know what it is. Jay, you know what it is. Nick, you know what it is. Wally, you know what it is. Like we always gonna show up for each other. And for everybody out there who be hating, y'all need to get a hobby, like for real. Cause y'all corny, bro.
Man,
Like, get a hobby.
I appreciate you, K-Dot, man.
No, that's love. I definitely
I
appreciate
do.
it.
I really do appreciate that, man. I really do, man. That's for real love. That is coming from you. That shit mean a lot, man. Don't get me emotional up on here, man. That shit
No, but
do
I think
mean a
it's
lot,
just
though.
I think it's just dope that specifically with KDOT, because as everyone knows, I'm on both podcasts. And it could be a conflict of interest for some folk, right? But as soon as I told KDOT that I was joining you guys, he was all aboard and just supported for day one. So from day one. So that's love. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have easily been like, y'all talking about the same things we're talking about. And, we're all trying to compete for a space in the women's basketball community. It was just like, no, like go out there and be great. Like show them what you have shown us. And so I'm always respect him for that, period.
No, you know what? I respect K-Dot for that shit so much because he could have easily been like, them or me. Or them or us. Easily.
Yeah.
It could have easily been that, and it's been love from day one. So
Day one.
man, I really do appreciate them words, man, for real.
All
Like
right.
I always tell
promise.
them, I always tell them, man, like people believing in you and people like seeing your vision and going with you, it mean a lot.
Yeah,
And it shows.
this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I promise this is the last thing I'm gonna say. But like, this is how I roll. This is how I operate. I literally feel like I could be like the RZA in like the Wu-Tang of like this podcast world, because I genuinely care about not only the artists but the people, like the way that, and I know that RZA, I know they had they little whatever's, but RZA also said it's a mindset to where I want to see all of these guys win. And that would have been fool of me to tell Lo, nah, we ain't with, like, fuck competitive. We all gonna compete, but why not compete in a manner to where like we just show each other how good we are? Because that's what Wu-Tang did. You know what I'm saying? Inspector Deck is good at what he does. Raekwon the Chef is good at what he does. Ghostface is good at what he does. Method Man, Master Killer, You God, RZA, Jizza, like ODB, like they were good at what they were. We are all unique, and we all need to show the world how good we are. Like all that selfish bullshit, like that's just for the birds to me. Like I'm not a selfish person at
You're
all.
not.
Y'all know this.
Nah.
So how bad, like that's to me, that's just bad. Like I want to see everybody eat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. If I can hang back and just watch y'all and just smile, I'm good. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally community.
You are.
You know what
I
I'm
will
saying?
say that.
Facts.
Yeah. I mean,
Straight
I'm a
up,
firm
like,
believer in, what God has for you is for you, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yep.
enough for everybody. It's enough for out here for everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for that more than you know.
Yes, I definitely do.
Facts.
No doubt. And while y'all doing that, like Jump Ball and Study Hall gonna be on and popping, so I'll be hollering at y'all.
Hey,
I already
hey, I was already on earlier this year, so hey.
So you already know I'm gonna be, hey, and it's I'm thinking about doing it just a tad bit different this year. So it's gonna be dope. Like I'm definitely gonna have each and every last one, like literally each and every last one of you guys are gonna have a solo, like for real. I mean, Lo already knew what it was. Jake,
Yeah.
Nick, Wally, like get from behind the producer. Let the producers talk. You know what I'm saying?
He likes
Like,
to talk. God damn it!
so we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be dope. Trust me, it's gonna be.
Oh
dope.
man, I love that.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey man, it's
I'm
been
ready.
this been an episode 60 minutes. This shit been fun, man. I
Right.
knew KDOT was gonna give us something. I knew he was gonna teach y'all something. The stuff he was breaking down. I know what some of y'all Googling horns. I know some people Googling that shit so they can follow. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's what we're here
you gotta
for.
learn.
Exactly. You gotta
That's
learn,
right,
man.
we're here.
Spread that knowledge.
Whoa. Wait. I know I keep saying I'm gonna shut the fuck up, but yo, Coach Carol Lawson, do me a favor. Stop running that fucking Iverson cut.
Yes.
You don't have the personnel for that.
I agree.
You don't
I
have
agree
the
with
personnel for that right now.
100% agree with that, man.
Stop running that fucking Iverson cut. Stop doing it.
Oh,
wait till you get the right personnel to get that Iverson.
Wait till next year, sis, please.
Right. Oh, that shit funny. All right, man. This is
Hey, y'all, just real quick, Jay. I know
Go
we're trying
ahead.
to get out of here. Just real quick, I wanted to shout out for those who have been living under a rock. We have some new additions to our team. We got a lot of dope writers who are cover women's basketball. I just want to shout all of them out. Chris is in the chat here. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to my guy Lamar, Kaylee, Nicole, Dania. I think Angela's our social media person. So yeah, shout out to all y'all. Welcome to the team, man.
Welcome.
Very excited for y'all to get started.
Welcome. No, yeah. You know what? That was so overwhelming, man. We put that post out and it just went haywire. This shit is, and we still getting emails, but man, I'm just glad to see the team growing. They believing in us, man. That means the most. When you tell somebody your vision, they be like, shit, I'm here. Where we start, how we do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's just Lois like, man, they know we ain't paying right now. Like,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I'm starting off with that shit. They're like, yes, like sign me up. I see what's going on.
That's
like
that. But it also shows you who's passionate about this shit.
Yeah. And that's why I did like the email, no DMs, email. And when you email, you tell me you serious off the jump off that right there. So
listen,
I do appreciate everybody.
You can't stop motion, bro.
You can't stop motion. You cannot. And it's just the beginning. But let's get up out of here, man. Cause we gotta go to bed.
I'm tired.
It's like it's 11:30 for them. Let's get up out of here, man. Best MW signing out, episode 60. While we play our music, man, so we go to bed, man.
Follow, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Y'all
all that shit.
The QR code, Wiley, you got that?
Oh, damn, we had a QR code up. That's my fault.
I think we had it up earlier.
That's my bad.
Yeah, I put it up in the beginning, but when KDOT got to preaching, I didn't want to ruin the flow. I don't want to ruin the flow because he was going, and I'm like, yeah, we just gonna.
Yeah, he was definitely going. He was definitely going.
Y'all better get that collection played out for KDOT. Shit.
Yeah. Get that going.
It's like when you have a guest pastor.
You're right.
They bring out that collection.
Stop. And shout out to shout out to 380 of y'all up in here, man. We was gone for 2 weeks and y'all got back with us, man. We won't. Hey, also, this episode will not be on YouTube till late. I made a boo-boo. We got a little 7-day strike. We can't. So the visuals won't be up until like Friday or Saturday, but everywhere else, you can be able to listen to it tomorrow. All right. So let's get up out of here, man. While I play that music for us, you have a nice rest. Sweet dreams out there.